All right, today we're in the Ozarks of Missouri, looking at Route 66. We just left Clementine. We're headed down to Hooker. Route 66.
Canoe rental.
Canoe rentals. Anyway, here we are. This is Route 66 from 1926. And from Clementine, you hop on this road. It's called the South Outer Loop Road. And up here, that's Interstate 44, so we're just kind of paralleling Interstate 44. Hey, this is one of our divided highways, Route 66. Now this looks like the 4-lane highway here. See that?
Yeah.
Little 4-lane highway instead of our 2-lane highway. So it broadens up and then I think it shrinks down again, back to 2 lanes. But you don't find a lot of the split Route 66 out of Missouri. Hey, now we're on Trout Road. Right here. This here is the old Sterling Hillbilly Store. Used to have that hillbilly you find out in Rolla right now with his arms that spin around. This house looks exactly the same. It's got that beautiful giraffe style local sandstone built in along here. It used to be called Well Station. People called it the Sterling Hillbilly Store. It's a store with cabins, little camping spot. They sold 19-cent burgers and crafts. All right, so right across the street from the Hillbilly, this is called Trophy Lane, which is the original Route 66. And it went up in the hillside in order to get over this hill here called Hooker Hill, right here, because you couldn't get through it straight. So in the 40s, they built this cut here called Hooker Cut to go straight through. So most people go straight through this little Hooker Cut rendition of Route 66. But before that, in 1926, you had to head up this dirt gravel road here we're going to go through. And it wraps around to a street called Teardrop. And then Teardrop flows all the way down to Devil's Elbow. Hey, we're on Trophy Lane. This is Route 66. It's all gravel road here. Anyway, we're in the town of Hooker. The first freeway was built in 1943 and it totally died up here in 1981 when I-44 was realigned. So we're headed up to a big dead end here, and on the right up here we're going to pass a little local cemetery. So we continue up here just about a mile until it dead ends and gets cut off at Interstate 44. But you drive up here, it's pretty cool. So anyway, here we go. So we're approaching Interstate 44 straight ahead, way up there. I don't know if you see that. On the top is Interstate 44. The road's going to veer here to the left, and sort of by the end, there's a little dirt cutout. The continued Route 66. We're going to find that. I'm going to show you some cool stuff inside that cutout. Before we go over to Teardrop, one road up into Hooker. Man, look what we got here. Holy smokes. This is called the Missouri Route 66 Canoe Rental on the Little Piney River here. Hey, that's really neat. So we're going to head back to Teardrop Road and then down to Devil's Elbow. So here we are at the other side of that road. Here's Interstate 44, and there's no trespassing signs, so I think this is okay for a little while. Anyway, this is Route 66 right here, 1926, little gravel road going through Hooker. Anyway, here we are. It's got Route 66 written all over it. We got a little ramshackle building here. Could have been a diner, be a gas station, maybe a little inn. Some remnants probably left over when they're building Interstate 44. hard to say this is private property. Anyway, it's pretty cool. Maybe we'll find something really cool interest out here. Some abandoned farming equipment here. Some cool stuff. It's like an old trailer, outhouse looking building. We have lots of remnants out here. Probably somebody lives here now. Who knows? It's like a fuel tank. There's a abandoned little home right here. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit nervous. I'm not really sure what we're going to find. The telegraph line here, so it might be part of the old telegraph road right here. The road gets a little more difficult up this ways, so I'm going to stop shy of going all the way across because I'm all alone. And I don't know what's going to happen here, but cool little cabin building here. Right, all this here used to be driven by all those people moving east to west. Little shelter place right there. Anyway, that's kind of this little area up here called Hooker. And I'm going to head down Teardrop, and I'll show you one last stop before we go down to Devil's Elbow and Hooker Cut. Now here's the road out of Hooker. On the other side we didn't cross over. This is called Teardrop Road or Teardrop Lane. So Route 66 out here in Hooker. This will lead us all the way down to Devil's Elbow, and also access to Hooker Cut, which is kind of a shortcut over the river. Hey, so this is really cool here. Here's a newer guardrail. I'm not sure where it came from. Maybe from Interstate 44, but here, take a look at this. See that cable right there? Let's see, I'll get a little closer. This cabling here, that's the original Route 66 cabling. To keep you from falling down in this little ravine. So they did it back there in 1926. This cable here runs all along Teardrop. Right here. Now I learned that from Roman Rich, one of his really cool videos. Look at that. Just super, super nice cable. I'm sure it works just as good today as it did back then. The road goes this way about a quarter mile until we get to the Hooker Cut Pass. Well, here we are at the end of Teardrop. From Hooker, here, this is Hooker Cut. Continue across Hooker Cut on the original Route 66, takes you down to Devil's Elbow. But right now we're going to head over this way. It's called Hooker Cut, or Hooker's Cut. This is built between 1941 and 1945. It is in order to bypass this whole loopy section of Route 66 out to like Marshfield. So we're going to stop our video here. In my next video, I'll take you out to Hooker's Cut. Hope you like that little tour of Hooker. Have a great day. Bye.